There was a time when the things we bought weren't meant to be replaced every few years. Back then, a product had to earn your trust, not just with fancy packaging or a catchy slogan, but with quality in mind. And the best part, most of them still work just as well today as they did decades ago. So let's take a look back at some of the timeless products that we still obsess over because they are built to last. Thank you to the sponsor of this video, LEGACYBOX. Before the age of disposable plastic razors, men shaved with solid metal tools, safety razors. They were heavy, precise, and built to last forever. You didn't throw them out when the blade got dull. You simply replaced the thin metal blade and kept on shaving. Some of the razors from the 1950s and 60s are still in use today, polished to a shine and still working like brand new. Shaving back then was a daily ritual. A brush, a bit of shaving soap, and a careful hand. And safety razors helped you to slow down, and there's something almost peaceful about that in today's world of convenience and speed.
Wow, this man's hands are really dirty. But one soap, lava soap, gets hands even grimy and greasy as this. Clean as this.
If you ever grew up working on cars, cutting wood, or just playing outside until your hands turned black with dirt, you probably remember lava soap. That gritty green bar worked miracles to scrub you clean. It wasn't a gentle soap, it was tough. You could scrub off grease, paint, even tar, and still come away clean. Every garage or utility sink in America seemed to have one sitting there, worn down and rough from hundreds of washes. Mechanics swore by it. Farmers believed in it, and if you were a kid who got into everything, you probably got tired of hearing your parents telling you to go wash up and make sure to use lava. That bar of soap wasn't fancy, it just worked, and that's why people still use it to this day. Then there's the Leatherman. Part pliers, part knife, part everything you need in a pinch. It became the Swiss Army knife for a new generation. Tim Leatherman designed it after a rough road trip through Europe in the 1970s, when he realized he needed a tool that could handle anything, from fixing a leaky faucet to repairing a car on the side of the road. And boy, did he deliver. A good Leatherman can last a lifetime. It's the kind of tool you pass down, not throw away. Many people who bought one in the 80s still carry the same one on their belt today. A little worn, maybe, but still getting the job done.
Leatherman, one tool, a couple thousand uses.
Now let's talk about the iconic Stanley. And I don't mean the colorful ones that women tote around with straws these days. I mean the thermos. You know the one. Dark green, dented, maybe with your name scratched into the side. It was practically a rite of passage to have one. Whether you were heading to a construction site, a hunting trip, or a long day on the road, that thermos kept your coffee hot from sunrise to sunset. You could accidentally drop it or kick it, and it gladly took the abuse. It never broke, leaked, or gave you any reason to throw it away. Even the newer versions try to hold on to that old school toughness, so it's really no surprise they made a huge comeback after going viral on social media. But those original steel ones, especially the ones made by Aladdin, they were built for a lifetime of use. If you grew up around your mom or grandmother's kitchen, you absolutely remember Corningware and Pyrex. Those white dishes with the blue cornflower design could go straight from the oven to the table with no problem. You could drop one and half the time it wouldn't crack. These things lasted a lifetime. And the clear Pyrex bowls, every kitchen had them. They were perfect for everything, mixing, baking, and storing leftovers. Some people still use the vintage dishes handed down from previous generations, and today they are even collectible, and for good reason. They were made with a quality that's hard to find now. The name Corningware is synonymous with strength, so much so that the glassmaker now produces the glass cover and ceramic shield on the iPhone. Few things are more iconic than the sound of a Zippo lighter snapping open and closed. That little click is part of American history. Soldiers carried them in World War II, bikers carried them in their jacket pockets, and anyone who owned one knew how reliable they were. They'd light in the wind, in the rain, and even after years of use. And when it ran out of fuel, you didn't throw it away, you refilled it. Zippo even guaranteed it for life. It works, or we fix it free, is still their guarantee. That's the kind of promise you never hear in today's consumer world. Red Wing boots are a symbol of honest hard work, made in the USA, built from real leather, and designed to last for decades. A good pair of Red Wings would mold to your feet over time, becoming more comfortable the longer you wore them. When the soles wore down, you didn't replace the boots, you had them resoled. It was footwear that earned your loyalty. You wore them to work, to mow the lawn, or even to go out on the weekend. And even today, Red Wing boots still set the standard, carrying the same reputation for toughness and craftsmanship they did decades ago. Now here's one that's been around longer than almost anything else on this list: Vaseline. Invented in the 1800s, it's been used for everything from healing burns to shining shoes. Moms used it for dry skin. Dads used it to grease hinges. And it somehow always found its way into every medicine cabinet. And through all the years, it never really changed. No fancy packaging or special editions. Just the same reliable formula that's been around since the 19th century.
It's the Wonder Jelly, Vaseline Petroleum Jelly.
Vaseline continues to prove that when something works, it doesn't need improvement. Sometimes the simplest things really are the best. And finally, the humble rival Crock-Pot. When it hit kitchens in the 1970s, it changed the way families cooked. You could throw in a roast, add a few potatoes and carrots, turn it on, and come home to the smell of dinner ready to go. Those early Crock-Pots were built like tanks, too. Heavy ceramic inserts, simple wiring, and just one knob, off, low, or high. That was it. No digital displays, no timers, no Wi-Fi. Just good, steady heat all day long. And amazingly, many of those 1970s models still work perfectly today. Decades later, the name Crock-Pot is still around, but those original models, with their earthy orange, yellow, and brown colors, remain some of the most loved. No matter how many new kitchen gadgets come along, nothing will replace your trusty rival Crock-Pot. It's one of those simple inventions that prove that sometimes the best things in life shouldn't need to be replaced year after year. When you think about it, all these products have something in common. They were built with purpose. They were simple, dependable, and made to outlast even us. In a world where everything seems to be disposable, these items remind us of a time when things were made right, when craftsmanship mattered, and pride went into every detail. Maybe that's why so many of us still hang on to them, because they're more than just things. They're a connection to the way things used to be. Recollection Road loves to recommend LEGACYBOX because we both believe in preserving the past. If you have a cluttered closet with cherished home videos and photos that rarely see the light of day, then you need to visit LEGACYBOX.com/recollection. These irreplaceable heirlooms are rapidly fading away, and they deserve to be digitized and shared with family and friends. And right now, LEGACYBOX is offering you $9 tape transfers. The process is simple. Send in your LEGACYBOX filled with old VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, and pictures. Their team will professionally digitize everything by hand, right here in the USA. You'll get the originals returned to you, along with organized digital copies. I love LEGACYBOX because it makes all my favorite memories available anytime. I can post them on social media or pull up a slideshow on my TV, which keeps special family moments alive. Visit LEGACYBOX.com/recollection to shop their $9 tape sale. That's LEGACYBOX.com/recollection to unlock this incredible offer. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and make sure to check the description of this video for links to pick up a t-shirt and sign up for the newsletter. Also, don't forget to visit our friends at Horn & Hardart to save 10% on your next order. Visit hornandhardart.com/recollection. Thank you to our loyal Patreon supporters listed here. Visit patreon.com/recollectionroad to join the club.